Hello, welcome to the MathFridge YouTube channel. You are watching Solving the Rubik's Cube for Kids. And the reason I started this is because my daughter is actually turning 6 today, and she for a long time has been trying to solve a Rubik's Cube, and I've been trying to teach her. And I thought it'd be a good idea to get some videos on YouTube showing how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and specifically how a 6-year-old can solve a Rubik's Cube. So right off the bat, I want to say the method I'm going to be using for solving the Rubik's Cube is going to be very plain, very simple. It isn't going to be fancy. It isn't going to be fast. There are plenty of tutorials out there that teach you how to solve the Rubik's Cube fast. But I wanted to teach a tutorial that will help kids learn and help kids who are only 6 or 7 learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube. So right off the bat, I think it's really important to understand the structure of a Rubik's Cube. So I actually took my speed cube here and I pulled it apart to kind of give you an idea of what the skeleton of a Rubik's Cube looks like. So if you look, what these are right here are the 6 centers of the Rubik's Cube. So if you see there's 6 colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and white, and each color has its own side. And if you look at a solved Rubik's Cube, you can see immediately, that's the green side, that's the orange side. But if you look at a scrambled cube, you might say, okay, what side is that? Well, you can tell by the center, right? Because the center, if you can see by the skeleton right here, oops, you see by the skeleton, that white center will always be fixed. It doesn't move. All 6 centers are fixed to the middle skeleton. So I'm going to be talking about solving the cube, and it's important to know I want you to turn the white center. That means turn the white side where the white center is. That means you turn around this white center. And something else that also is interesting about that is there actually is no such thing as a middle turn. And many people solving Rubik's Cube know, oh, I can just take this slice here and I can turn it like that and I can do some fancy things there. But I'm not actually turning the middle. What I'm doing is I'm turning the top and I'm turning the bottom at the same time, and it only looks like I'm turning the middle. But there will be points in this tutorial where we're going to need to turn the middle slice, and so we'll be doing that. And if you look, we have the pieces, the other pieces. So I mentioned the centers. We also have corner pieces and we have edge pieces. And you can see I actually have one of the edges in place here. Actually, if we turn this over there, you can imagine if I put all the pieces in, this is that edge piece in that spot right there. And I can actually take a few more of these other pieces here. Let's see, this is the blue and white piece. I'm going to put that in right here. If it'll fit carefully. Yeah, it's coming apart there. But yeah, so there I put that in. Actually, that's the yellow side there. I put that in right there, and then I can take this piece here and I can slide it up in there, and I can put the cube back together again. Yeah, it'll take a little work. I can do that off camera, but you can see that every edge has exactly 2 colors and every corner has exactly 3 colors. So when I refer to an edge, I say, oh, this is the blue and red edge, and this is the red, white, and blue corner. And it'll be important to be able to see the pieces in those terms, to see, this is a corner, this is an edge, this is a center, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, the next thing I want to basically talk about is finding your way around the cube, right? So you have a cube and it's all scrambled, and suppose you say, oh, okay, I have this red and blue edge here. Let me get the blue and white edge over here. Let's solve that. Okay, where did it go? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there. It's right there. Now, where was I? Where was that blue and red edge? Okay, it's let's see. Oh, it's over here. And you can see that I see this a lot, that people are just finding their way around the cube. They find a piece over here, they find another piece over there, and they can't remember where they were. Well, what's really important is to remember, because you have this skeleton, because you have this structure, the reds, the centers will always be in the same place. So for this tutorial, what I want you to do is anytime you have a cube in your hand and you're lost, you don't know where you are, the first thing you do is you find the blue center. Okay, let's see, where did it go? There it is. So there's the blue center. And then you're going to need to find, so you imagine here's the blue center right there. You're going to want to find the yellow center while keeping track of the blue center. So I have the blue center facing towards me. The blue center will be in the front, and we're turning this. Okay, that's the red center. Aha, that's the yellow center. And so this will be your home position. That anytime that you're lost, you go, here's my blue center, here's my yellow center. I'm going to have the yellow on the top. So the yellow is up, the blue is in the front, and then it turns out that if you do that, the red will always be on your right. So I think about that red R, right R. The red will be on the right side, and that will be able, so if I have that, I go, okay, so let me do that same thing I did before. I want to find that blue white edge. Well, what I do is I just keep a finger on that blue center, right? So let me see, where did it go? Let's look back over here. Aha, it's back here between the green and orange centers. You see that? But I kept my finger here on the blue. So now I want to put that into position. So I say, okay, I need to turn the orange center. Here's the orange center. I'm going to turn that towards the blue. Aha, and if you look, I lined up that blue right here, and I can now turn this piece down to where the white was. Now, if you look, I actually moved that blue and red piece out of the way, so I'm going to have to figure out some things I'm going to need to do later so that I don't move all the pieces at the same time, right? So that's basically what you do. That's really important for this tutorial. Blue in the front, yellow on the top, red on the side. Now, I'm going to talk about some various tricks and techniques on how to solve this, and I'm going to first of all teach you about a big long word, and that word is the word algorithm. Now that's a big scary word, but it's actually not a complicated word. It's just a big long word that we use in math or in computer science or in computer engineering, and all the word algorithm is it means recipe, right? So like you're baking a cake or basically a recipe is an order of instructions. It's a list of things that you need to do. First you do this, first then you do this, then you do that, and this is how you make a cake or you make a sandwich or whatever you're making. So we're going to need to learn algorithms, meaning take this step, this step, this step, and it will get you to figure out how to solve the cube. So right now I'm going to give you an example of this because we're going to be needing to learn algorithms, but there aren't going to be a lot. There are just going to be a few algorithms you're going to learn. And actually, my daughter's already learned this one. This is called the sledgehammer, and it's only 4 turns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep I have the blue center in my front. I have the red center on my right. And I'm going to start with the red, and I'm going to turn red down. Then I go blue down, and then I go red up, and I go blue up. So I go red down, blue down, red up, blue up. And there's a reason this is called a sledgehammer, because if you look, it makes this kind of funny shape here, in the shape of a sledgehammer. Now I'm just going to see what's going to happen here. Let me just do the sledgehammer again. Let's do, so red down, blue down, red up, blue up. Well, that kind of jumbled things up a little bit, but let me do it one more time. Red down, red up, blue up. And here's something really interesting that happened. All of the edge pieces are exactly where they started, but if you look, I've moved the corners around. So I did a recipe, the recipe or an algorithm, which was the sledgehammer, and I did that 3 times, and it kept all the edges where they were, and it moved the corners around. Now I'm going to do that algorithm again. Red down, blue down, red up, blue up, red down, blue down, red up, blue up. And if you look, I saw there was a blue sledgehammer over here. And if you look, I ended up with a red sledgehammer right here. And this is actually the key position, because I'm actually one more sledgehammer away from solving it. And what I want to do is I want to slam this hammer right here down into the spot. I want to put this white sticker right down there. So I'm going to go red down, blue down, red up, blue up. And if you look, I solved the entire cube like that. Now, that was just doing the same algorithm over and over. And it turns out whatever algorithm you pick, as long as the cube starts out in the solved position, if you do the same algorithm over and over and over, eventually you're actually going to get the cube solved again. But anyways, that's basically an introduction. So the very next thing I'm going to do is in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to make the white cross. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scrambled cube just like this. And what I want to do is I want to put all the white edges around it. So I want to take, there are 4 white edges around the cube, and I want to line them up with the white center. And that's what I'm going to do in the next tutorial. Thanks a lot. Bye.